Welcome back everyone to another episode of Minecraft Better Than Adventure. Now, I'm recording this pretty late today, so I apologize if it will be a little quiet this episode. I actually ran out of time and wasn't able to make this episode until now. But now we're here, and I've actually did some work on the sign garden downstairs. It still needs some more tweaking, like the floor needs to be turned to grass. We need more light down here, but let's get to the sign wall. First up is Mateo Lion SK. Next we have Datonica. After that we have Quadrilige, Steve Dumb, Snail Badnick Enjoyer, Diamond Beyblade, Quiz 2020, Y Oculus A. I hope I pronounced that right. Psyche the Crystal Ball. I hope I said that right as well. And finally, Zero Lency. A huge thank you to these 10 people for watching until the end of last episode. You guys are awesome. And now these 10 people are the first 10 people to be in the downstairs area of the garden. Right, so since I'm so low on time today, I figured why not do a world tour? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Welcome everyone to episode 15, and this is the first world tour of my Better Than Adventure world. My Better Than Adventure series is my longest and most ongoing series I've ever made on my channel in the 5 years I've been doing YouTube, so thank you all for motivating me to keep going. Right, since we're here, how about we start with the upstairs of here. This is my first bedroom. It's where I keep some useful stuff, like I have redstone, miscellaneous, and my valuables chest right here. This is also my main bed. This entire build here was built inside of a naturally generated cave, so that's why it looks like this. Right, so now that we're down from the bedroom up there, this is the main part you guys see a lot. This is our wood and stone chests. This is where I keep a lot of the stuff for building. Over here, this is sort of miscellaneous, but I keep a lot of the stuff that I use for random builds here as well. And these people here, these 8 are the first 8 to watch until the end of a Better Than Adventure episode. These 8 people are absolute legends in my Better Than Adventure series. Right, so over here we have our mine, but also down here we have our farm. This is where I primarily get a lot of my food. However, because I don't take a lot of damage, I really don't end up using a lot of food, so I really don't use this farm often. If we go even further down, you'll see that I start mining off into little holes like right here. And most importantly, right here, this is where I get a lot of my cobblestone, and this is also where I get a lot of my other resources for building. And if we were to head all the way down, you could see that's down there, that's where I get my diamonds. Right, so now if we walk around the corner here like this, over here, this is where I keep a lot of my natural supplies, so if I want to do any terrain building and stuff, these 2 chests are empty, but this is sort of more of my storage area over here. Right here, this is another entrance. This cave naturally generated like this, where it went in a wind, so that's why I built here, and I have here and there as the 2 entrances. Alright, now we come up to the big thing of my build. This is the railroad / roller coaster. This goes all the way over to there, and around in 2 different ways so that I can go through all of my builds while building. This is my fastest mode of transport in my world. Over here, these are 2 very important builds in my world. When I started this series, Technoblade had only recently passed away, and I was really distraught by this, but I wanted to honor him in some sort of way in my new Minecraft world, so I built a house specifically for him. This also goes for Tinfoil Chef, otherwise known as TFC. He was a Hermitcraft member and probably one of the biggest inspirations for this sort of series because he was very genuine and chill, and I sort of aimed to be like him. This is the only colored wood I have used so far on these homes, and that's specifically because I want these 2 to stand out. Now you may have noticed that my other builds around here also have signs. That is because each one of these houses is named after someone who frequently commented on my other episodes. So here we have Zapper. Zapper got this. This house is dedicated to Shadow Shark PvP, another one of the frequent commenters earlier in the series. Over here we have Catrois, another frequent commenter. Every one of these is very important to me because each one of them has someone's name on them. And each one of these people were an early commenter on the series that kept the series going. Over here, this is a statue in the center. This is inspired by a statue build I found on Reddit. I took some inspiration and tried to build my own in beta Minecraft. See, when I built all of this, I couldn't make sideways logs, nor could I make upside down stairs. So I really had to adapt when building this stuff. That's why when you see these builds like this, the logs look like this. When I first built this, I couldn't make the logs face sideways. And I also could not build upside down stairs, so that's why the roofs look like this. And no, I won't be changing it because it's a sort of remembrance that when I started this world, those were things that I was not able to do. Anyways, back to this statue. After I built it in the center of the town here, I figured why not put people who commented here. All of these are different episodes in which people watched until the end, and you can see some of these are unique names that we have not seen before. Over here, these are the hotels of the village is what I call them. They're the bigger builds. These builds are very simple, but I'm really proud of how they turned out. This is my own unique build. It's sort of almost like I think it's called a hostel, where you have a bed up here, you have 3 here for people that are sharing, they have a balcony, and then they have a bed down here. It's not much, but it works out pretty well, and each one of these is like that. Now, all of these paths, they all connect and loop around so that I can walk around them. This is our nether portal. Sometimes you hear it when we head over to the rails. I'm really proud of this nether portal design. It was really expensive because this took a lot of obsidian to make, but luckily I found an easy way to get it. There's a statue holding it up, and I'm really proud of how this statue holds up the portal like that. These are my 2 pets. This is Jelly, and this is Butter. Both of these guys, they don't really come out of their little homes a lot because I'm really overprotective, but every now and then I'll let them walk with me. As it gets dark, we can see that up here I have a Mario on the top of the hill. This actually took a while to build. I don't remember which episode it was, but so far it's the first and only pixel art of our world, and I really want to build another one, so give me some ideas in the comments. Right here is a giant 2023. This is because in my yearly recap, I built this, and I wanted to show it off in my world. Alright, now that we've toured this main part here, I'm actually going to walk down the path here to show you guys the main dock. First, we have the lighthouse. I'm actually really proud of how this lighthouse turned out. However, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, you won't unsee it once I tell you guys, it kind of looks like a penis. Yep, now you're never going to unsee it. The lighthouse actually has multiple floors. This is the first one, the second one, the third, and the fourth. It's too small to really do anything with, but I do have a bed here for when I'm working in the dock over here. Out in the distance, we have the episode 10 sign, which was added recently on the 10th episode a few weeks ago. Every milestone, I will add another episode number back there. This is the dock I was talking about. It's the main one that I use. And right here, we even have a little boat that has been docked. If we actually look in the distance over here, there's another one that's on the water over there. And there's also a raft that I built that's right there. And recently in another episode, we have Stampy's face that is seeable over there. You can see that I've expanded the railroad a lot. Not only does it go underwater, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but it goes all the way around here and over that mountain because I plan to build some stuff over there. This is one of our bigger builds of the world right here. This is my trade ship. Because you guys already saw the sign garden at the beginning of the episode, I'm going to head this way first. Now, if we stop right here for a second, we can actually see our Greek build here. There is another statue in the middle of it here. This one is holding a white flag. All right, now if we continue our ride on the railroad here, you can see that it goes around like this, all the way around and down so that we can see as much as we can before we start to head underwater. This underwater portion is probably what took me the longest of this entire build. You have no idea how hard it is to build underwater in beta Minecraft. It is really frustrating. Over here, we have what we built in our most recent episode, that being the Patrick, Squidward, and SpongeBob base. If we head in this direction, I haven't shown you guys much of this, but this actually leads over to this island over here, which I also want to build in this location. And this island over here, I'm not sure what I want to build yet, so I would appreciate taking some suggestions. If you suggest a build and it makes it in, I will put your name on said build. So I just enabled fog because I realized I had it off, and it looks like it's a pretty foggy day and better than adventure. I prefer it off right now because that fog is going to be super annoying when showing off all the builds. Alright, now that as we ride past here, I just got out because I wanted to show you guys this. This is another recent build of ours. It's one of my skyscrapers. I actually plan on building another one right next to it here and connecting them. and then maybe even building a third one by itself that's shorter. Now, if we go up here, we'll actually end up heading right through the sign garden, which is pretty awesome, and then right back to where we came from. In the episode right before this one, we worked on the area down here, and we added a new build to it. This is the Ark. I'm really proud of it, and I'm probably soon to move a bunch of animals into it. And we can actually see that the view from down here is pretty cool. We can see a lot of the houses that are on the edge here, as well as the 2023. Right, now I believe that is it for the world tour of Better Than Adventure. When I started this series, there wasn't really many other people making Better Than Adventure series. Now, there's several on YouTube. I believe, if I think about it right now, just off the top of my head, I believe that the first episode of the series has over 5,000 views, which is pretty insane for it being just an episode of a survival world of mine. I'm less focused on trying to get the top amount of views now as I was when I started this series, and now I'm just doing this all for fun and for you guys, so thank you so much for opening my mind to that. You know what, we've already done this before, but please comment beta in the comment section below and if you made it until the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in episode 16 of Better Than Adventure.